It's the Shatkin First Down pregame show, presented by Northtown Automotive, with your host, Rich Gensler, featuring Jared Shatkin, and our special guest, Thurman Thomas. Now, from Sorrentinos in Williamsville, here's your host, Rich Gensler.
Welcome to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. I'm Rich Gensler, Sorrentinos, Main Street in Williamsville. A frigid weekend, but we wouldn't want it any different in Buffalo for a Bills playoff game now, would we? We're going to talk about Bills-Patriots, I coming up. We'll also talk about last week's win against the Jets, which was, again, another roller coaster ride for Bills fans. We'll have a Bills special guest coming up. We'll also have the Mafia here, members of the Huddle, and we'll do some Tino's Dough with some trivia questions as well still to come. I want to thank our friends at Northtown Automotive and Aesthetic Associates for making this happen once again. But what a big weekend, back-to-back divisional champs. Before we get to talking about the playoff game, we need to talk about the Jets, so let's bring Jared Shatkin in. All right, Jared, let's talk a little bit about the Jet game first, and let's talk a little bit about the inconsistency of the offense really in the last 3 weeks where it's not been good, right? I mean, there's been a lot to critique. Josh has made a lot of the highlight reel plays, and that's a big reason why they've been successful at all on offense and scoring points. But in terms of that improv, how much of that can we really rely on in the playoffs?
I'm not sure you can really rely on much of it in the playoffs. I think you have to be able to matriculate the ball down the field, and you have to be able to complete passes on a consistent basis. And right now, it doesn't seem like that's happening.
Incredible stat as well, Jared. 11 wins, all of them by 12-plus points. I believe they're only the third team in history to do that. That's pretty remarkable. Again, when you get into the playoffs, that gets tougher. You're playing better teams progressively as the playoffs continue. We'll get into more of that when we talk about the Patriot game later in the show. But let's talk about defense. Let's switch it over. How about 53 yards allowed and 9 sacks? Talk about that Bills D. Number one now in the league, scoring-wise, first time in franchise history.
Yeah, I mean, and you're talking about a defense that is not getting as much recognition as past defenses have got. I mean, none of them made the Pro Bowl, but they're playing with a little bit of anger. You see Hyde and Poyer back there are really making some great plays. And the pass rush is really starting to get to the quarterbacks. I mean, 19 sacks in the last 3 games. I think it's number one in the NFL in the past 3 games, and that's perfect going into the playoffs. That's what you need in the playoffs is a really, really solid pass rush. And guys like Ed Oliver and Jerry Hughes are really stepping up at the right time.
And we know about Harrison Phillips as well. And Jordan Poyer. How about this stat? This is pretty incredible. Over the last 5 years, he's the only player in the NFL with 90-plus tackles and 2 or more interceptions in every one of the 5 past seasons of the NFL. Only got to do that, and he had 2 sacks in that Jet game. So he's playing his butt off. Special teams, punt game, interesting on both sides. McKenzie out, Hyde back to punt catch, and then Hawk obviously had his issues as well. But after the game, got a vote of confidence from his coach.
I know that the winds were pretty bad, swirling like 25 to 30 miles per hour. So, yeah, you can blame it on that a little bit. But, I mean, if you're a Bills fan from 2020 to 2021 and you think, why did you get rid of Corey Bojorquez if you're seeing what Matt Hack did last game? So it's definitely a little mind-boggling what's going on with the punt game.
I want to flip it back to the offense very, very quickly. Obviously, Singletary, almost 100 yards, 40 of those were clearly on that one big play. But those count. You know, we've said that about the opposition when they've had big games. The Henry and obviously in the New England game when 37 got that big run against us. So those count. As much as we want to discount them, they do. Additionally, you know, we talked about Ryan Bates' addition and that offensive line and having some symmetry and chemistry together. Again, 3rd game in a row, really important stat that no one seems to bring up, 0 sacks on Josh.
But yeah, the offensive line is really starting to pick it up, and Devin Singletary is really, really starting to pick it up. I mean, on that touchdown run he had, there was something that he did, which I never seen Devin Singletary do, is that go in the backfield, make a jump cut, find the hole, and get in the end zone. I've seen plenty of plays where he's gotten stopped in the backfield on that same play, so it's very encouraging.
No doubt about it. All right, stay here. Coming up in the final segment, we'll break down Bills, Patriots, Our Bills special guest comes up next as we continue from Main Street in Williamsville at Sorrentinos on the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
Finding the perfect used car can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. At Northtown, we make it simple with a focus on certified pre-owned. When you see the certified symbol from the official vehicle manufacturer, you know the vehicle has passed a rigorous inspection and comes with extra benefits like a manufacturer warranty and roadside assistance. To find the best value and peace of mind, head to Northtown. Northtown Certified Vehicles. An official partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin here with Hall of Fame running back Thurman Thomas.
My family and I have been coming to Dr. Shatkin's dental office for years. The office is beautiful and the staff is outstanding.
Thanks, Thurman. It's been an honor for me to take care of you and your family.
For a Hall of Fame smile, go where the pros go. Dr. Todd Shatkin at the Aesthetic Associates Center.
Call today for a free consultation, 839-1700.
Your kitchen is the heart of your home, so make it what you've always wanted.
Empire Granite Marble Quartz has everything you need to start your kitchen countertop makeover, all within your budget. Offering 24 months, 0% financing for a limited time. Empire has the largest indoor full slab showroom in Western New York, so visit the showroom today.
Make your dreams a reality with luxury you can afford.
All right, welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show, joined once again by Bills Hall of Fame running back Thurman Thomas. Thurman, great to see you, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm great. Second season, back-to-back AFC East Division champs. First time since 95 that the Bills have done this. That's super exciting. And we're going to get to a lot about, obviously, the Bills. But before we do, listen, when the show runs every week, there's always a commercial with you and Dr. Todd Shatkin next to him. So tell the folks what they did to make that beautiful smile as beautiful as it is, Thurm.
Oh, man, they did a lot, man. I tell you, my kids have been with, been to with Dr. Shatkin's, and my wife has, and, I just decided that, it's time for a different look, and hey, he did a great job on it. My family really enjoys it, though. They really enjoy it now to see me smile, and it's been outstanding.
So let's start here. So for the offense, knowing that you have the number one scoring defense on your side, right?
I think knowing that you have that defense that can stop them at any time, because if you're the Patriots, you're gonna probably go for a lot of fourth down. That's just Bill Belichick and his ways, these things. But you have that on the defensive side, man. I guarantee you, man, those offensive players, like, you know what, we can take a little bit more chance, because our defense has been great, really, all year long, no matter who they play. I mean, they think they're ranked number one in, 5 different categories. So, I mean, you have an opportunity to get that motto that they always say about defense wins championships, where you know that you have a real defensive unit and guys that didn't make the Pro Bowl. So, they obviously are pissed off about that right there. So, I think for the offense, it bodes well for them to have to try more opportunities.
This has been a really crazy season for the Bills. I saw a stat somewhere where if the games decided by a score that they lost were flipped, they'd be 16-1. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So they lost. Their only bad loss, obviously, was the Colts game when Taylor went crazy. The other ones were one possession losses or one score losses, and then all the other wins. And this is unbelievable. And you guys didn't even do this in your heyday. All 11 of their wins have come by 12 or more points. I mean, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, just to see, we've been in, and really when you look at all that, they've been in a couple of bad weather football games this year and still have been able to close that gap. And I see that's why, it's so important for our offense to get off to a great start. You get off to a great start, whether it's 10 points in the first quarter or 14, but like that first drive, I think as Bills fans and former players sometimes, we don't know where we're going. I mean, they can get that first drive and go right down the field, score a touchdown, or they can go 1, 2, 3 and punt, and Josh is throwing the ball all over the place. It's not even close to the wide receiver. So when you have that train and that mindset, man, it is outstanding to have a good offense, a good defense, and a good special team play also.
So obviously your expertise is as a running back, as Singletary's really come on.
in the last couple of weeks. How much does like offensive line continuity have to do with it? How much does it have to do with the fact that they're being more consistent with giving Devin the ball? How much of that plays into why the running game has been so much better?
His numbers have surprised me at the end of the year. I mean, but when you look at their entire year, think if that offensive line was together for a number of games, he probably would have had over 1,000 yards. He probably would have had over 1,000 yards. So, hey, look, I love that this team is going to be at home. I think the running game is another thing for Bill Belichick and his defensive guys to think about now, because if you really look at the career of Josh Allen, and this stat was thrown on somebody, he hasn't played well here against the Patriots.
No.
He hasn't. He has not. And so now you don't want to get in that mindset of me being Josh, say, look, I got to do it all on my own. I haven't performed well here against the Patriots. So I don't want that. I want Josh to just be cool, play his own game, and let that running game kind of dictate of what's going to happen throughout the game, because it doesn't have to be on his shoulders the whole time.
I think everybody thinks the Bills are going to win, but how big?
The Bills 34 and the Patriots 12.
Thurm, great to see you, pal, man. And thanks again for doing this. We really appreciate you being part of the show. Go Bills. And hopefully after the wild card, there'll be a divisional and more that we'll keep cheering the team on for. Thank you for doing this, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Go Bills.
Go Bills. There's Thurman Thomas on the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. More coming up with the huddle back at Sorrentino's right after this.
Okay, team, we're down by 6 with only one play left. It's comeback time. Yeah! We need a play. The reverse ribeye, no good. The porterhouse pitch, too risky. The strip steak sweep, that's it. Go Russell!
Touchdown!
Where would you like to have dinner tonight?
Russell's, of course.
Be my guest and let us do the rest.
Let's go Buffalo, baby!
At Northtown Automotive, we're a proud partner of the Buffalo Bills. We've been a part of this community for over 50 years and are die-hard Bills fans. Bills Mafia is stronger than ever, and this could be the playoff run we have all been waiting for. We celebrate as one Bills Nation as we root on our Buffalo Bills.
Let's go Buffalo!
This is our year. This is our team. This is our time.
Let's go Buffalo!
Northtown Automotive, the official dealership of the Buffalo Bills.
Are you hungry? Eat! Stabilize your loose dentures with Shatkin Mini Dental Implants.
Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show from Sorrentino's on Main Street in Williamsville. Rich Gensler with members of the Mafia here in the huddle and an esteemed group, and let's introduce them one at a time. To my left is Bob DeVita from Sorrentino's. Right off the top, thank you guys so much for your hospitality and letting us use this wonderful room and make it into our remote studio. It's been awesome, man.
Well, we appreciate it. We love the advertisement, and I'm really happy and proud to be with a legend here today, Mr. Salvatore. So
thank you.
Looking forward to the show.
So we got two restaurateurs here, and we'll get to Russ in a second. Mark Aarons is here, who gave me this opportunity, so I can't thank you enough for that. And, of course, the Shatkin Group, who you represent. But thank you, man. It's a real privilege to be able to do this year, and thanks for the opportunity.
Rich, you've done a great job for us. We knew you would.
Also, another one of our clients that has been wonderful with us in terms of getting us on the air is Northtown Automotive and Jake Travers here. Jake, thank you guys for being a part of the show as well. Tell us a little bit about what you guys got going on. Obviously, besides the Bills excitement here in Western New York.
Yeah, definitely thanks for allowing us to partake in this. It's been really great, and I think it's definitely great for the community. Right now over at Northtown, like any other dealer in Western New York, we're facing some inventory struggles. It's been tough to get a car, and right now I think any type of good guidance in the market really would go a long way. So if anyone needs any type of guidance or help moving forward, feel free to reach out to me, Jacob Schreiber, Northtown Automotive Companies. thanks again for the opportunity.
Awesome. I love your gear. That's really cool.
Thank you very much.
And of course, finally, Russ Salvatore, legend in the Buffalo restaurant market. So, Russ, just very quickly, last week in the huddle, we had a young lady named Joan who was 88 years old. You clearly watched that show and said, I got that beat. You come in to the show at 89 years old, so you officially are the oldest member of the Mafia in the huddle. Congratulations.
Guys almighty. Now, guys, let's vote on it. Do I look the oldest? Huh?
No, not even close.
No.
Well, they all got a drink coming now. I bribed you tonight.
And we know clearly that you're a baller. We've seen it in the commercials. I mean, you can throw it, you can catch it, you're a coach, you do everything in terms of football.
Well, I was a good athlete when I was young. I was skinny and everything. I had to play baseball because they kicked the hell out of me in football. But I handle myself pretty good.
So tell us about what's going on at the restaurant.
Well, it was busy. It had a nice month of December. Everybody goes pretty good in December. And the January started, it's a little bit slower than it's been in other years. And I hope that it gets past the more people not getting very sick, but just sick and they don't want to go where there's a crowd. That's the biggest problem, you know. And let's see what happens by Easter time.
Absolutely.
Maybe the Easter Bunny will be good to us.
There you go. There you go. I'm hoping for it. Russell Steaks, Chops, and more, obviously, and thank you for being a part of the show. We really appreciate it. And what happened to you guys, by the way? He clearly got the fashion memo, the dress code. What happened to you guys? Always the best dressed guy in the room, right?
Mr. Class.
Absolutely. All right. Go
I
ahead.
thought this was in the church, that's why.
Well, we have the wine and we have the water, so and we have some bread, really good bread here at Sorrentino. So let's talk some football, guys. And Bob, I'll start with you. Let's start with the last, arguably, 3 weeks for the Bills' offense. Yeah, Singletary's gotten started up, but they've been really inconsistent against arguably bad defenses. You know, Josh has made those highlight reel plays, and a lot of it, though, has come on improv. What is your confidence level in the offense going forward, especially this weekend against the number 2 ranked defense in the league?
You know, you're absolutely right. The Bills have been inconsistent. I mean, Josh Allen has not had spectacular the last 2 home games. He seems to have been off. I know he gets super energized for some of these games, but if he plays like he played against New England in New England, I think we'll be fine. I mean, he is the franchise. He's the guy that makes it happen, and I waited 20 years for this guy to become quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. It was very painful for 20 years.
And that's not a Gary Morangi jersey, old timers. That's a Josh Allen jersey, clearly.
Right.
Mark, to you, what player, obviously Diggs is going to be a big part of the offense. Other than him, who do you think becomes a big part of the offense this week? McKenzie and Knox obviously had big games in the last game in New England.
I think Beasley over the center is going to be I mean, he went to Diggs. How many catches did he make? I mean, I think he had a minimum that he needed to make in order to make his bonus for the year. And Josh, being with their love affair, he wanted to help him out. But Beasley, I think I like him. I mean, I know with McKenzie coming on and Davis over the last couple weeks, you want a big game. You want a big game player, a guy who's been through the Super Bowl days and the playoffs. You want to go to him.
Jake, to you. So defensively, obviously the Bills end up being the number 1 ranked scoring defense in the league, first time in their history, which is a pretty remarkable stat. What do the Bills defense have to do?
I think it'll be more interesting on the approach that New England takes this game. I mean, we saw what they did last time in the cold. They're going to run there, but we started to get after the passer last game. So New England has been a little prone to allowing pressure on the quarterback this year. So make them throw the ball, I think, and when they do, let's get after them. So bring a couple more guys in the box and make this rookie beat you.
For sure. And you, lastly, Russ, who is your favorite Bill patron over the years?
So many of them come in. McGuire, what was McGuire's first name?
Paul
McGuire. He had the restaurant on Cleveland Drive. He was good, but it was a nasty son of a gun. But he was a good guy. But with the Bills, I mean, you know what? Hasn't been fair. The weather hasn't been fair for Buffalo to perform the way they should perform. And this week here, let's keep our fingers crossed that the temperature gets up in at least in the 30s.
Right.
And I think defensively, they did a little razzle-dazzle last week, and they look great. I would like to see the offense come on and do some razzle-dazzle end-arounds and fake things and everything like that and keep them off their feet. But we need the weather. Josh needs the weather in our favor. And man upstairs, give us a little bit of sunshine. Is there sunshine at 9 o'clock at night?
Not usually, no. There's not sunshine at 9 o'clock in the morning in Buffalo usually.
But I hope they get a nice day so they can prove themselves good. Because whenever we get national television, we seem to bomb out. Let's keep our fingers crossed that they make Buffalo proud.
I love it. All right, let's get into our 2-minute drill now. Time for some Tino's dough. Now, you can give yourself, Bob, your own Tino's dough, obviously. So I'm assuming when you win it, you'll give it to somebody else. Or you can use it for yourself, however you wish. So we're going to do 3 trivia questions. So here we go, guys. This is for $10. Question number 1. 4 other Bills, other than Josh Allen, went to Wyoming. The most famous, other than Josh, played guard for the Bills in the early 80s, and he was known as being the dirtiest player in the NFL. Take a guess. Conrad Dobler went to Wyoming. That's right, for $10. For $25. Here we go. Last time the Bills and Patriots met in the playoffs was 1963. The Bills were beaten in that game. Gino Cappelletti kicked 4 field goals in that game. The only Bills score came on a touchdown pass from the Mad Bomber to Golden Wheels. Who was the Mad Bomber back in the day? Do you remember, Russ?
Oh, God, you got me.
Bob?
Daryl LaMonica
and
Albert DeBenion.
He's carrying you guys. He's carrying you guys. And for $50, this is the toughie. Name the 3 quarterbacks who have played for both the Bills and the Patriots. 3 quarterbacks.
Drew Bledsoe.
Yep.
Doug Flutie.
Yes. Third one's very tough. I'll give you a hint. He went to USC, and he played with Brady.
Matt Leinart.
Very close. Same first name.
Matt Castle.
There it is. Oh. Yes, well done. Jake got it with the help of Bob. Well done for $50. Awesome job, guys. And guys, again, thanks for everything you've done for the show. Thanks for being here as part of Bills Mafia and the Huddle on the program. We really appreciate it. All right, coming up next, we'll bring our great friend Jared Shatkin back in for our final segment. We're going to be talking Bills, Patriots, I. Right after this, as we continue with the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
I am so happy with my experience that I had at I Smile Spas today. Got my teeth professionally whitened. I have months of results in less than an hour. No pain, seriously not even a sting. They're not sensitive. You leave with a kit to continue your whitening. Absolutely incredible. I'm so happy I ever did this. I can't stop smiling.
Western New York. Smile again with confidence. Call 43-SMILE today.
Family is the most important to us above everything else. 34 Group is a general construction company.
We had a part in rebuilding the community. We choose Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York because they are reliable.
It's just great coverage, and we have a great relationship with the folks at Highmark. We want our legacy to just be that we were good people that loved our community.
It is definitely a love affair, I can tell you that right now.
Finding the perfect used car can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. At Northtown, we make it simple with a focus on certified pre-owned. When you see the certified symbol from the official vehicle manufacturer, you know the vehicle has passed a rigorous inspection and comes with extra benefits like a manufacturer warranty and roadside assistance. To find the best value and peace of mind, head to Northtown. Northtown Certified Vehicles. An official partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Shatkin with the doctor's injury report for the Bills game. Well, it's playoff weekend in the NFL, and let's circle the wagons, the Bills Mafia. It's going to be cold. The Bills are in pretty good shape for the first week of playoffs. Wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders and defensive end F.A. Obata have been listed as available for this game. All players participated in Tuesday's walkthrough, and depending on whether COVID creates a problem or not, the Bills expect a full team for Saturday's matchup against the Patriots.
All right, there's your injury report. Let's get Jared Shatkin back in here to talk Bills, Patriots, I. The first time the Bills and Patriots have met in the playoffs since, believe it or not, 1963. We've obviously seen them twice this year. People are saying, oh, Belichick's going to scheme them up, and that's who we're playing against. I maintain you're playing against Mac Jones in this game, Jared. I mean, knowing what happened in the first 2 games here and there, What are some of your keys to a Bills win on Saturday night?
I think it's pretty much the same thing that we said in the first two games. You have to be able to stop the run and make Mac Jones beat you. Because if Mac Jones has to beat you, I think we win this game easily. But if we give up chunk runs like we did in that first game and a little bit in the second half of that second game, we're going to have a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, no doubt. And the Patriots seem to be pretty healthy. Harris seems to be available. Stevenson seems to be available in their backfield. That's important. Of course, we have the number 1 defense in the league. The Patriots have the number 2 defense in the league. People forget about this. They average giving up less than 18 points a game. That's significant and needs to be considered when you're talking about the Bills' offense.
I mean, they've taken a little bit of a step back, especially last week versus Miami. But yeah, for sure, after we played the way we played against the number 32 and 31 defense the past 2 weeks, playing against the second-ranked Patriots defense is a little bit of a nerve-wracking in that situation. But if you can go back to the game just 3 weeks ago where Josh played a little bit of Superman, maybe we can get it done. I like the way that the offensive line is playing. I like that we got the run game incorporated, and maybe the pass game can kind of figure it out this week and we can have a nice victory.
Yeah, 2 things that we've talked about in the past in terms of this matchup between the Bills and the Patriots. Number 1, start fast, right? Get out early, build a big lead. Mac Jones has shown, it's on tape, it's on record, he does not have Tom Brady in him in terms of coming back late in games when down considerable deficits. I think that's number 1. And number 2, defensively, play fast, play downhill. That's what we've seen a lot in the past 3 weeks.
I agree. And there's something that I say here in Boston that really makes a lot of Patriots fans upset, is I say my comparison for Mac Jones is Chad Pennington. And I don't think that's that bad of a comparison. Chad Pennington had a good long career, but it's also not Tom Brady where he's going to be able to bring a team pretty deep in the playoffs. So that's what I'm saying. If we can make Mac Jones try to win this game, I think the Bills can have a pretty good victory.
Going to be really cold on Saturday night. They're talking single digits, around 10 degrees, but low wind. So you certainly suspect Josh is going to be able to throw the ball around a little bit. Here's an interesting stat for everybody, and I'll call this the home disadvantage. Over the last 5 games the Bills and Patriots have played in Buffalo, the Bills have only averaged 10 points a game. So understand that, and listen, if it's too cold for them, it's just right for us, Jared. So let's get right to your prediction. How do you think the game plays out, and what do you think the score is going to be?
This is definitely a nerve-wracking game, but I think the Bills are going to be able to pull it off at the end. I see 26-23 as the score in this game.
And I will take the Bills winning 27-20 and advancing. And, of course, if they do win, we would assume the Chiefs are going to beat the Steelers. The Bills next week would go on to take on Kansas City in a revenge rematch game of their own. Obviously, the Bills having gone on the road to beat Kansas City there earlier in the year. Jared, terrific year, terrific job again, man. Great luck, great seeing you, and we'll see you soon, man. Go Bills.
All right, nice seeing you, Rich. Thank you very much.
There's Jared Shatkin, and this has been the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. I want to thank Northtown Automotive, Aesthetic Associates. Also want to thank our friends here at Sorrentinos on Main Street in Williamsville. Thanks to Bob DeVito, Russ Salvatore, also the folks from Northtown, and Mark Aarons, of course, from our friends at Shatkin. Obviously, Tim, Mark, Rich, Dave, the whole crew from Shatkin to make the show go the way it has over this entire season. Thanks to all of them as well. And, of course, thanks to you for watching. Go Bills! This has been the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
If you would like to be a participant in the Shatkin First Down Huddle, email Mark Aarons at maarons@shatkinfirst.com. This has been a production of the Shatkin Sports Network.